So you know I have ADHD and I'm gonna jump around with this series. My name is Latoya and I'm an alcoholic. I've managed not to drink for 18 years. I do not represent any 12-step program and I am not capable of being a spokesperson for a 12-step program. But I am also an alcohol and drug educator. So please don't, let's not be quick. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, I went to school for this. I did the research physically and also in school. So I got years of experience in and out of school. I have been a counselor at a DUI school. I've done counseling for outpatient and inpatient rehab. So I know what I'm talking about. But I didn't know. I didn't know on March 17th, 2007, when I got pulled over. Well, I didn't get pulled over. That was the thing. Let me get my story together. First thing that happened is I was at a karaoke bar. Now, karaoke is my jam. I still karaoke to this day. I don't care what nobody say about my voice. I ain't never met a karaoke bar I didn't love. And, I was having a great time that day. I had $6 in my pocket when I went to karaoke. It was happy hour and they had $3 drinks and I knew I could get me 2 drinks and I knew the waitresses, so I'd be like, listen, I'm broke today, but when I got me some money, I'm gonna hook you up, because I'm good like that. Like, my word was good, because honey, I liked my drinks and I took care of my waitresses and my bartenders. And I was playing a game and I was winning the game, and instead of taking the money, I was telling the person to buy me a drink. And so by the time, happy hour was over, karaoke started, and honey, I didn't have me a couple drinks because I was winning and having a great night. And I'm like, well, hell, what's the point of going home? Karaoke started up and I got me a little buzz. I could ride this. And I mean, I had the best night ever. I sang like I never sang before. Please don't ask me to sing. Nobody wants me to sing, but honey, at karaoke, there are no rules. And so, honey, I was singing my heart out, child. And I met this cool girl, and she was real pretty. And, I was still not out as a lesbian. So, pretty girls play a big part of my story. And pretty people play a big part of my story. And so she invited me. Her and her dude was real cool, and they invited me to go back to their house for a kickback after karaoke. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, that's what's up. And so she was like, girl, don't worry about it, you ain't gotta drive. Like, my car was safe in the parking lot. She was like, you ain't gotta drive, you can sleep on my couch, we can go, just have us a good time. I'm like, cool. So we go back to the house, me and her do a drink, and I'm being funny, I'm got them laughing, I'm like, hey, y'all got the drinks, I got the humor, let's do this, Mrs. Hilarious, hello, I'm true to this, not new to this. And it was a great time. And so I passed out on the couch, and then I was, kind of half asleep, half awake, and then I feel this tap on my shoulder, and I'm like, what's going on? And I look up, and it's this girl's cousin. And he's looking at me like he wants something from me that I'm not trying to give him. And so I jump up, and I put on my shoes and grab my stuff, and I run out the door. And so I run all the way down the alley to my car. And I know I probably should have just checked. I don't know if that man followed me, because I was in a deep drunk, but I was just functional enough to get out of there, but not really. I definitely had no business being behind the wheel, but it was fight or flight. And I was in full flight because I was scared that I was going to be assaulted. So I got in the car, and I started the car, and I got on the 10 freeway at Robertson. And when I got on the freeway, it was double lane. So I had to close one eye to see. And then at some point I blacked out. And when I came to, I was at the western exit off the 110 off of Hollywood Boulevard. And I came to in my body like Sam from Quantum Leap. And I was like, oh. and then the light was red, and then it turned green for me to make my right turn, and I was like, thank you, God, because I knew I had drove all that distance. And if you're from Los Angeles and you know where the 110 and Robertson is, and where that exit, that western exit on off of Hollywood Boulevard is, that's a long way to be driving in a blackout. And so when the light turned green, I was like, thank you, God, for, because I was like 5 minutes from the house. I turn right, and then everything goes black. I've been hit. I hit my head on the steering wheel. I pass out, I don't know for how many seconds or minutes. And when I come to, the car is gone. There's a girl outside of my car, and she's screaming. She's like hysterical. And I'm like, calm down, because, I am going to have a hangover from God knows when. And so I'm like, the airbag is deployed, and I'm like trying to tuck the airbag back into the steering wheel, because it was St. Patrick's Day morning, and I'm like, baby, I gotta it was March 16th, and I had plans on St. Patrick's Day to go have my first green beer, so I had no time for this steering wheel to be doing what it was doing. And then the next thing you know, I get a tap on the window, and it's the police.